honey, there is a secret bonus to committing to your habits. Hello and welcome back to the More to Life YouTube channel, where we create our best and most productive lives through planning and productivity and all of the intentional living goodness. Today we're going to be talking about something that can absolutely transform your life and maximize your potential in literally every possible life category: career, personal growth, wealth, health and fitness. And that thing is habits. Habits are something that we all have, whether we're conscious of it or not. 45% of what we do is actually habits. That goes from putting your left sock on first over your right, to watching 2 hours of Netflix after dinner, to meditating first thing in the morning. After this video, you'll see the true power and potential of optimizing your habits and how they'll actually help you reach more success with less effort. Hallelujah! Let me throw a little droplet of knowledge on you right now with a saying that really changed the way I look at habits. That's, tell me what you do every day and I'll tell you where you'll be in a year. And that's what really made me realize, hang on a second, this can all be hacked to make your life better with less grueling effort. And consistency is a huge word in the personal growth community, right? Because consistency is key. Like, you know, the 10,000 hours idea. This idea that it takes about 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to achieve mastery in a particular topic. That is 100% true. Practice makes perfect wasn't just pulled out of someone's ass one day. If you can be consistent enough with something for long enough, you will gain success at it. That's just how it works. And habits make that 100 times easier. No more grueling effort and trying to force yourself to do a million growth habits. Just let the habit become a habit and let it do the work for you, or at least a portion of it. Plus, a true habit is automatic, meaning you don't have to use all that grueling effort as long as the habit is formed. The actual power in that is insane. And I'm bringing you through every single step of how to make a habit automatic in my upcoming program, The Habit Game. One of the most amazing things about habits is they build momentum like a motherfucker. It's like a rocket ship to your potential. And that momentum leads to the compound effect, which alone will change your life. The compound effect is this idea that small, consistent actions over time, aka habits, will lead to significant results. Like in finance, you know, when you invest, you've got the compound interest over time, and it's not like this kind of shape, it's more like, and the more consistently you take action, the greater your results will be, and it compounds over time. It's a snowball effect, and eventually down the line, your 10 minutes of effort lead to much greater results than your 10 minutes of effort now, because the skill is built, the fitness level is built, the interest has compounded. So how do you maximize the compound effect? You can start small and gradually increase the habit over time to make it even stronger. For example, let's say you commit yourself to like a 20-minute walk every day. That might not seem like it's going to have loads of results at the beginning, but over time, your fitness levels will get better. You'll be able to go further, you'll be able to go for longer, and you'll have more energy throughout the day. Also, the more progress you see, the more your motivation spikes like a lightning bolt. And then there's more, because later down the line, you can make use of things like habit stacking. But we're going to get ahead of ourselves here. There's a lot that needs to be gone through before you get to that stage. The bottom line is, by committing, like fully committing to your daily habits and building that momentum, you can unleash your full potential, literally unlock it and achieve greatness. And that sounds pretty f***ing sexy to me. Oh, honey, there is a secret bonus to committing to your habits. Because it's not just about building positive habits into your life and building a certain skill or blah, blah, blah. It's not just the direct thing that it impacts. Indirectly, there's something else that will impact you massively. You start to fall in love with yourself. It's like you telling yourself, hey, I am worth the effort. And that kind of self-talk literally works magic for your confidence and your self-love. You feel like Beyonce, you feel like every woman. And that feeling is addictive. Once you've experienced that once or twice and you're like, holy shit, I've got some potential in me. Woo! It makes you want to keep going, and it makes you want to keep pushing more and more, because you're like, wait, if this is what I can accomplish now, what could that be like in 3, 6, 12 months if I'm consistent with a particular habit that's directly aligned with the goal I want to achieve, the mindset I need to achieve it, or the skill to make that whole process 10 times easier. Like I've seen in the past when I've been really consistent with my habits, I really was growing into my best self, my most productive self. That has a knock on every life area. Where do you go from here? I've made it pretty clear that your habits propel you to your next level. This is not a negotiable thing, especially if you are trying to build your best life from scratch. And if you've made it to this part of the video, it looks like you're ready to start actually putting things into practice and maximizing your potential with your habits. So where do you start? What is the first step to take? Because this is all well and good, but like, what is the strategy? First things first, you absolutely must be clear on the end goal. So identify that big vision, okay? You may already be clear on it, and you may already think you're clear on it, but there can always be more clarity gained on this. I am such a little asshole when it comes to this. I'm like, yeah, I know what I want. I know what like the big vision is, but there's always more clarity there. There's always more details that can be fleshed out. And for me, whenever I gain that clarity, I have 10 times, maybe 20 times more motivation to actually get shit done, because I know where the effort is bringing me rather than just like sitting at a desk all day and being like, what's this even for? It just gets so much easier to show up every day. Like there's actually a significant point to it all. Just don't worry if you're not 100% like crystal clear on it yet, because that can come over time, but just give yourself some clarity. What is like a point that you would love to get to? And as you go through the journey, it's just gonna show itself to you more. And more things are gonna be like big red lights, hello, come this way. So what is your ultimate goal or vision? Once you know that, you can reverse engineer that shit. And in this case, what I mean by that is figuring out what habits align you with that end vision. So you can't build a house without a blueprint. Like you're not just gonna start laying bricks when you don't even know what the house is supposed to look like. Because yes, those blocks may be potentially helpful, but if they're just being thrown in there randomly, like is not going to work. So of course, the second step is to identify the habits that align with that end goal. There are 3 subcategories of habits here, and I'm gonna try and make this a little enjoyable and not like take your notes, this is your PowerPoint. But number 1, goal-based habits. These are the actions that specifically lead you to achieving the goal, such as doing 50 squat jumps a day if the goal is to lose weight. Just doing 50 squat jumps a day might not make you lose weight, especially if you're still eating like an asshole, but that's going to help you big time in terms of increasing your calorie output and blah blah blah. Identify teeny tiny actions that actually move you towards the goal, because on the days where you don't have like 8 whole hours to work on the goal, you can still maintain the habit and you still know that you've taken a step that day to get there. Second category is mindset-based habits. These are the actions that align your mindset with the mindset of the version of you, that future version of you who is absolutely in the future existing, that has achieved this very goal. And the third one is your growth-based habits. These are the actions that build the skills or the strength to bring the goal to you with way more ease. Okay, sorry if the camera moved. I had to have a little break because the battery was gonna go, and it's still gonna go. So let's fire through this last bit. Step 3 is to decide on the habit that is most important for you to start ASAP, as in today. When it comes to this, remember that a habit is something so small. It's not a 2-hour deep work block. For example, if your goal is to grow to 10,000 followers on TikTok, maybe the habit is to speak on camera every single day for 5 minutes. Maybe you talk about your specific niche and you post a little snippet from it. As you speak, you'll slowly but surely get to the message you actually want to convey. Trim it down so that it's not fluffy and shit. If you do that every day, you can almost be sure your following will grow. So that would be a goal-based habit. What about a mindset-based habit? How do you align your mindset with the version of you that has 10,000 TikTok followers? Maybe you spend 10 minutes a day visualizing what it would feel like, how you would show up. What about your growth-based habit? For the TikTok example, maybe you want to make your TikToks more engaging and actually improve your editing style. So you would watch 1 TikTok editing tutorial a day. You know, just little things like that. Things that you can do that take such a short amount of time, but that actually make a huge difference. And all you need today is literally 1 habit. So when you've decided on what habit you want to commit to it. And comment it below and I will hype the shit out of you in my Instagram stories. And this is relevant to you no matter what stage of growth you're at. You may have mastered certain habits in the past, but now you get to breathe new life into them. And if you know that this is an area of your life that could do with the exact step-by-step of how to build it into your life, then my upcoming program, The Habit Game, is 110% for you. I'll be teaching you exactly how to progress towards your goals on autopilot and to create your longest habit streak ever, because consistency is everything, right? I'll be bringing you through how to build the perfect yet flexible long-term habit system, how to know if a habit is even worth your time and energy, and obtaining the mindset to sustain it over the long term so that you can actually take advantage of the compound effect that's waiting for you. So to summarize how to maximize your potential in life with habits, first, acknowledge the power of habits and remember that every single thing you do in a day has a direct impact on where your life is going and where you'll be this time next year. And that time's gonna pass anyway, so you may as well implement habits. Second, use the compound effect to really maximize it and turn the dial up. You'll build momentum in the long term and you'll never run out of motivation. Third, activate the secret habits of bonuses, aka falling in love with your cute little self. Like, feed into that sexy little loop of got a habit down, more confident, got another habit down, more confident. It's a very fulfilling place to be. Lastly, identify the vision, identify your habits, and just start. Don't forget to comment below what habit you're gonna start with today, because I am dying to hype you up. There are things you can do to build them into your life so much easier, which is obviously covered in the habit game. But if you're just like, okay, Kate, but like, what can I do today for free? Literally just start. Make use of a habit streak, because the longer your streak of I did this every day is, the more you're gonna be like, no, I am not letting this drop. So start the habit before you've even noticed that you've started it. That is all for today on the juicy power of habits. So get consistent and ride that beautiful wave of momentum. And don't forget to follow on TikTok and Instagram at More to Life Kate. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and dive into our book club series, particularly the one on the book Deep Work, where we talk all things productivity and getting shit done in less time. Other than that, I will see you next Thursday. Mwah.